Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to What's Up Broadcasts. I just want to welcome you this evening, and we have a very special guest star for you guys. The one, the only, Mr. Al Capone.
Hello, Rachel. Thank you for having me on our show. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right, thank you for doing this interview. We just have a few questions from you submitted by a few of our guests, a few of our viewers, also some of our studio workers. All right, well, first question. When were you born?
I was born in 1899 to a very poor immigrant family. I was the youngest of the 8 children.
Nice. And how's it feel to be alive again? 2017.
It's a very nice to be alive. I quite enjoy living, actually, but it's a bit confusing with all the new technologies and things I just don't understand.
Yes, I understand. It can be very, very confusing. Now, tell me about your schooling, about your very early life. How did that go?
Well, schooling was good, and I was a very good student up until 6th grade. When I started to fall behind, I got held back, and I ended up dropping out after punching a teacher in the face.
Well, very bold, sir. Thank you for your duty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, what happened with your personal life? What did you get involved with? What did you enjoy?
Well, as far as my personal life, it doesn't get too interesting till later on, but as of the moment we're talking about, I just started working in a factory. It wasn't too pleasant.
What about your later life? Anyone special? Anyone catch your eye?
No, you're talking about my wife, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Don't.
All right. Well, anyway, so you want to keep it on the business side? All right, business
Yes,
side.
I prefer to keep it on the business side, especially since she did not come back as I did.
Very sorry, sir.
Thank you.
Stay strong. Now, what happened with your businesses? How did you get started, and how did you become one of the most bad gangsters the world has ever seen?
Well, I'll give you the short version. After I was finished working in the factory, my a good friend Torio, he put me in contact with someone I won't name for his family's sake.
Of course.
And he put me in as a bartender and a bouncer. And while I was a bartender, I made a compliment to a very fine young lady. Her brother didn't like the compliment, and he took out a little knife and slashed me 3 times on the face, so I got the name Scarface. And after that, I just went to running numbers as a bookkeeper.
Tell me, was the scars worth it?
Yes.
Alright, as long as it was worth it. Now, what happened after that? Anything big? Any new changes?
See, after that's the part where it gets interesting. Here's the short version yet again. So, while I was running numbers as a bookkeeper, my dad passed away of a heart attack. Wasn't the best time, but at that time, Torio gave me another call and offered me a job, working with his prostitution and a gambling range over in Chicago. So I joined him, and eventually he just saw my potential and put me up as one of his top people.
Interesting. How did you get so big into the crime? Like, I never took you as such a big, huge crime man, but you got very high up.
Well, see, Torio put me in charge of his operations after an assassination attempt on him. He just kind of went back to Italy. And speaking of my crimes, the one that a lot of people actually talk about is when a new mayor was elected in Chicago, we had to move operations to a city really close to the outskirts of Chicago. And we had to tamper with the mayor election with a few targeted assassinations and some fear-mongering.
Of course. What would life be without tampering with elections, Just gotta live.
Life would be a lot less money.
A lot less money. Thank you for that money advice. Now, what happened with the cops? We heard that you got involved with some crime or...
Of course I got involved with crime. I mean, I sold alcohol when it was in the Constitution that you couldn't sell alcohol. Of course I was in. So they were trying to get me for that, but I'm a very good gangster and they couldn't get it for me. What they did get me for was tax evasion. And the only reason they were able to get me for it was because of a little something called the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I sent my best hitman to take care of a guy called Morgan. I didn't like him. He wanted me dead too, so hate went both ways. So Morgan and his men got gunned down by 7 of my men. And of course, there were 7 of them too. So they all got gunned down. They all died, and it named me Public Enemy number 1 because of that. And after that, the the government and the police got the backing they needed from the public, and so then the Supreme Court ruled that money made off illegal means was taxable. They put me in prison in Atlanta for 22 counts of tax evasion.
How was your life in prison, really quick, because we're running out of time.
Okay.
How was your life in prison? What was it like? Scary? Fun?
Well, it wasn't too bad. I tried to escape, but after I got caught trying to bribe, they put me in Alcatraz. Shortly thereafter, I developed a very terrible disease, and I got moved to a mental hospital a few years later. After that, I kind of went back to Miami and just lived out the rest of my days peaceably with my wife and kids and other family members.
Wow, what a touching story. If you could give our viewers one piece of advice for their whole life, what would it be?
Be kind to everyone, but if someone is unkind to you, make sure weak is not what you're remembered for. Alright, well, I have some business to take care of, and of course got to rebuild the empire, so I'll be seeing you later.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Capone!